Welcome to workshop 1 of Into the Mysteries. Whew, we are in for a very interesting journey over these 3 workshops, 4 days. That Q&A happens on the 4th day for us. This is coming through in a very different way to any previous ReWilding challenge. So the invitation here is to really drop any expectations that we have, any preconceived notions, any outcomes that we think a challenge like this should bring to us, and almost rest. This will sound interesting. Rest in the space of nothingness. But hold on. In that space of nothingness resides the potential for everything. So let's just rest there for a moment. That's how we'll start this journey together, is just resting in what some traditions refer to as the void or nothingness. And so I'll call it void just for our journey's sake. So I just invite you to take some deep breaths. If you haven't watched the welcome video and set up your space, I would stop here and go do that. But if you're ready to journey into this space together, I invite you to find your breath, find a very comfortable seated position. Helps if your spine is straight. And just relax. Just relax all of you into this space of no thing. This could get really interesting really quickly if we can give ourselves permission to let go. A big part of the journey into a mystery school or into the mysteries that we're walking into is letting go into versus something like pushing or trying or striving to get somewhere. It's a letting go into, relaxing into, softening into. And so let your body do what it does in this energy. You can just fully feel into this energy. Let almost my words wash over you and invite you deeper and deeper and deeper into this space of no thing, this space of stillness, of silence, of void. Let your face relax into nothing. Let your shoulders relax into nothing. Let your mind and your thoughts relax into nothing. Let your chest relax into nothing. Every exhale, let it take you deeper and deeper into nothing. Maybe you're feeling into the tension that you hold in your body that you don't even know you're holding. But just a moment to let that tension relax into nothing. Let your body shift or move or soften in a way that allows you to relax even more into nothing. Let your belly soften and let it let go It's a letting go. It's a letting go into no thingness. Let your hips, the whole of your pelvic bowl, relax into nothing. Let your legs relax into nothing. Let your arms relax into nothing. Let your hands and your feet relax into nothing. Just be with your breath for a little bit. Just inhaling, and every exhale, let it relax your mind, your body into deeper and deeper and deeper places of nothingness. We're just going to rest here for a few more moments. So drink this up while you can. And see if you can let this space be a place that rejuvenates. Just this space of nothing to do, nothing to be, totally relaxed into. And see if you can just let go into like this river of nothing. Just be here in silence for a few moments. If you get lost, just find your breath and let the exhale take you back into nothing. For me, this space of nothing is so alive with potential, with creation mysteries, with the mysteries of life, the mysteries of death, the mysteries of consciousness. And also the mysteries of this meeting place between spirit and matter. This meeting place where spirit meets matter. See if in this space of no thingness, nothing, void, see if you can maybe close your eyes if they're not already closed and just feel for something or look for something that feels like infinite potential within the nothing. There's a space here that holds infinite potential, and it may be something that is visual for you. It may be something that is a feel or a gnosis. Just trust. Just totally trust your experience. Totally trust your experience about how you perceive the infinite potential held within this state of nothing. We are going to get into some pretty beautiful stuff in this journey together, is my sense anyway. If this is the way we get to start a journey inward, I'm pretty excited for what will unfold for us. You can always pause during these workshops if you feel to deepen into something or if there's more there for you. I do encourage you to finish the workshop in its entirety in one sitting, but don't hesitate to pause and trust your own inner wisdom. As long as it's coming from that place of inner wisdom and not like the inner saboteur, right? Or the little egoical self that can get in the way of the mystery. So it's really this invitation to follow your wisdom through this. Follow your wisdom self. Follow your wisdom self. And so let's take a moment to tap into our wisdom selves within. Yeah, this will guide us on this journey, is tapping into your own inner wisdom self. So taking your awareness and your attention within. So somewhere within and somewhere deep within where the wisdom self resides, going right to that place. Maybe it's in your hara, which is just a few inches below your belly button. Maybe it's in your belly. Maybe it's in your heart. It doesn't matter where wisdom self is arising for you. It's just like a coming home feeling, like I'm coming home to my wisdom self. I'm coming home to my wisdom self. I'm coming home to my wisdom self. And so repeat that, even if it's just silently within. Just repeat those words, use those words, and ride those words deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into your wisdom self, deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into your wisdom self. I'm coming home to my 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 wisdom self. And then resting there in wisdom self. Just resting in wisdom self for a few moments now. Just resting in wisdom self. Being with wisdom self. Breathing in a way that amplifies wisdom self. So if you were going to bring more oxygen to wisdom self, how do you breathe? So just, how do you breathe to bring more life to wisdom self, more oxygen, more fuel to wisdom self? It's giving wisdom self an opportunity to amplify, to become louder, to become more prominent, to become more alive, to become more illuminated. I'm coming home to wisdom self. I'm coming home to wisdom self. Then I'm breathing wisdom self. I'm breathing wisdom self. I'm breathing wisdom self. And now I'm breathing from wisdom self. Wisdom self is breathing me. Wisdom self is breathing me. My wise self is now breathing me. It's now breathing me. It's now moving me. If movement starts to arise for you naturally, you can let that happen. Wisdom self is breathing me. Wisdom self is moving me. Just let yourself be moved. Even if it's a gentle rocking, or it's a fluttering of the eyes, or it's a tilting of the head, but letting wisdom self move the body. My body is being moved from wisdom self. I'm being breathed by wisdom self, by my wise self. Trusting what your body wants to do here. Just trusting. So if you were going to just move and breathe and be with wisdom self in complete freedom, You have complete freedom. Maybe a sound arises, a different breath, maybe a different movement, like maybe it's almost like an unfurling movement. But you trust you. You trust you. Letting whatever happen here. Whatever wants to happen here. There's no place to get to, no right, no wrong. There is literally just allowing ourselves to be moved by that deep wisdom place. It's like I'm just allowing myself by my wisdom self. And again, sound is available. Breath, movement. I'm just letting myself be moved by wisdom self, by wisdom self, by wisdom self. Ooh, seeing if you can let the energy of wisdom self open you in a way. So now an invitation of, okay, if this wisdom energy that's moving and stirring in me, this wisdom energy that was breathing me, that I've been moving from, were to open me, were to that unfurling, that opening. It's like letting wisdom self open us in a way that we're almost revealing our true self a little bit more. You might almost feel like there's like armoring that comes off. And so let that, if part of this unfurling and this opening that's happening feels like armor is being pushed away or masks are coming off or tension being released is happening, let it happen. The invitation again is letting that energy of wisdom self, so everything's coming from that deep wisdom self. And if you get lost, just, I'm coming home to wisdom self. I'm coming home to wisdom self. I'm coming home to wisdom self. You can always go back to that mantra if you get lost. But then once you come back to that home place, then it's wisdom self, open me. Wisdom self, open me. Open me. Peel back the false layers. Remove the false masks. Let me reveal myself in this moment. Let me reveal myself. And you can see my hand motions. This is something you can try, or you can almost visualize. But my hand motions are almost this, as if I zipped down the front of my energetic body, like I zip down the suit that I wear, or the armoring that I wear, or the masks that I wear in the world. It's like I zip it down, and then I'm just like stepping out of that, stepping out of the suit I wear, stepping out of the masks, the armoring, stepping out of whatever it is that I wear that is not that true revealing self. So just allow, it's like you're allowing yourself to reveal this deep inner wisdom nature. Just allowing yourself to reveal the deep inner wisdom nature. And if you get lost, you can always watch me. You can follow along with my movements. You can really feel into, sometimes it really helps to feel into kind of where I'm at. If that helps you, it might help for you to have your eyes closed. You just trust your wisdom self, trust your wisdom self. Whew. A few more moments here, just allowing wisdom self to do whatever wisdom self wants to do to reveal your true nature. To reveal your true nature. And it's like in the revealing of the true nature, you might use your hands to almost sweep away the false or let go of the false or brush away the false. And so just letting all of that happen, we have full permission to move, to breathe, to sound in this moment. Anything that supports the revealing of this true nature via wisdom self. Again, you can always pause and deepen into something if you feel to. In this space of I have come home to wisdom self and I have allowed wisdom self to reveal my true nature. I've allowed wisdom self to reveal my true nature. I'm then going to invite, this may take a moment, so let me guide us into this and just, it's again still a letting go. It's a letting go into. There's no pushing, there's no trying hard. This is a letting go into, a softening into. Okay. So from this place of true self revealed, I'm going to let myself fall back into the interconnectedness of the all of everything. So my body is literally leaning backward. And I'm letting myself fall into the interconnectedness, the all of everything. Another word for this is the web of life. I'm letting myself just fall back into, let go into. It's a letting go, it's a letting go, it's a letting go from my true self being revealed, and I'm letting go into the interconnectedness of the web of life. Just no need to get the head involved or the mind. We'll talk more about this later. Just letting go right into the experience of it. It's like you're plugging into the thread that your true self weaves into the matrix of life. Your true self is always weaving a thread into the matrix of life, into the web of life, into the interconnectedness of the all of everything. And what we're doing is we're just becoming very aware of that. It's always happening, but we're becoming conscious to it. We're becoming aware of it. And we're allowing our consciousness and our body and our mind to dance with it. So letting yourself fall into the web of life and just feeling the thread that you weave into the all of life, and just seeing if you can move or breathe or sound or visualize or energetically intend to come into harmonic resonance. So there's a harmonic resonance. We're always weaving, but seeing if you can find like the harmonic resonance where, this is my spot. this is me plugged in. This is me plugged in. And we're plugging into, get this, divine mind, universal mind. We're plugging into a wisdom that is far, 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 far greater than the mind. We're plugging into the wisdom of life. We're plugging into the mysteries and the creation of the infinite, all of everything. And so just holding this intention of, I'm going to plug in, 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 and letting your body move and your breath be what it is, and your sound and your visualization, let everything, all of these beautiful human capacities we have, right? Breath, sound, mantras, words, movement, energetic intention, to just plug in, 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 plug in. See how much you can plug in. See if you can plug in just a little bit more. See if you can plug in just a little bit more. Right? Just see if maybe you plug in from your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your spine, your back, your hips, your legs, your bones, your blood, your nervous system. See if you can get all of these different aspects of you to just plug in, right? Your mental body, your emotional body, your energetic body. Just plugs in, plugs in, plugs in. See if how many layers can you plug in? How many layers can you get to come into harmonic resonance? Just plugging in, plugging in, plugging in, plugging in. That's it. You're just holding this intention. You're breathing, you're moving, you're sounding, and you're letting that wisdom self guide. Like, let the wisdom self do it. Our bodies know this. Your body knows this. This wisdom aspect in you, it knows this. It knows this. It's like a coming home, right? It did this before it came into a human body, into a womb to become who you are today. It knows this place. It's always been in this place. It will always be in this place. Whether we are in a human body, whether we are a baby, whether we are not in a human, it knows this place. So just like let the wisdom in you reveal this deep connection to the web of life. It's deep. And you might almost feel like a pulse start to happen. So for me, it's like this pulsing that starts to happen. Like I feel the pulse of life. I feel I'm plugged in now. I'm plugged into the pulse of life, right? My heart is plugged into the pulse of life. My eyes are plugged into the pulse of life. My jaw is plugged into the pulse of life. My breath is plugged into the pulse of life. My brain is plugged into the pulse of life. My blood is plugged into the pulse of life. My bones are plugged into the pulse of life. My skin, every cell in my body is plugged into the pulse of life. And just seeing if you can just plug into the pulse of life and allow this pulse of life to now move you. So before it was we let the wisdom within, our being, the wisdom self, move us. Now let yourself be moved by the pulse of life. Right? You're plugged in. And now you're letting the pulse of life move you. You might feel this as incredibly rejuvenating. You might feel it as very, I don't want to put other words to it. I want you to have your experience without me watering it down yet. To me, it almost feels jellyfish-like, right? It's like this pulse of life, this primordial wisdom, this life wisdom. And I just let my whole body be moved by this pulse of life. So just trusting, just even if it's a very subtle movement, or if it's not even a movement, it's almost let yourself be breathed by the pulse of life. But if you can, see if you can surrender more over to the pulse of life. Like let go of your body to the pulse of life. Let go of your throat, your jaw, your eyes, your mouth, your heart, your sound. Over to the pulse of life. And then asking in this moment, what does the pulse of life want to do in my body? Just seeing what happens. Maybe nothing happens, maybe something happens, but letting the pulse of life, what is the pulse of life? This pulse of life that we've connected into. What does it want to do in my body? And you can let everything kind of calibrate to it. Just letting go. It's a real letting go. It's a real surrendering into. I'm going to leave you here in silence so that you can be very deeply with this pulse of life and allow whatever this pulse of life wants to deliver to you, to deliver whatever it wants to do in your body, with your body, through your body. Letting that happen, letting that take place. I'll leave you here for a full minute in silence, a full minute. This is your time. This is your time. Few more moments on your own, asking if there's anything else the pulse of life wants to do here in the silence on your own. Now seeing if the pulse of life wants to rewire you in some way. Connecting back in if you need to, connecting back into, leaning back into the web of life, letting the pulse of life come back in, flow right back in, letting the pulse be stronger now. Letting the pulse be stronger, leaning into the pulse that's moving through me if you need to. That option is always, always, always there. Always, always, always there. Our connection gets stronger and stronger the more we work with it. But leaning in and just really allowing the pulse of life to amplify, like more of the pulse of life to move through you, more of the pulse of life to move through you, more of the pulse of life to move through you. And seeing if it wants to like rewire you some way. It doesn't matter if you know what level or where, let the mind go. It's just letting the pulse of life move through you and rewire your system in some way. Rewire you in some way, seeing if it wants to rewire, and just letting it. Sometimes you might feel like, oh my gosh, it's waking up new pathways in me. It's lighting up new lines in me. It's illuminating new neurological pathways, right? It's lighting up new things, just letting it rewire you. This is a wisdom that knows what's in your highest good, that knows how to take you specifically to your next greatest potential, your next greatest level of aliveness, your next greatest level of true self-expression. So just letting it. This is divine mind we're working with here. This is wise self connecting into the pulse of life. This is the life, the wisdom in life that creates all forms. It's the wisdom in life that allows the flowers to blossom, that allows the babies to be created. This is that pulse of life. And so letting it gift letting it gift you. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, turning over to something that knew how to create you, that knew how to give you human form, that knows this. So just letting it rewire you, letting it rewire you, letting it rewire you. A few more moments in the rewiring, a few more moments. It helps to give yourself freedom to move, give yourself freedom to breathe, give yourself freedom to visualize. If visuals come, if movement comes, if breath comes, if sound comes, if energetic intention comes, it just helps. Like, let the body support it. Let all of these beautiful human modalities like breath, sound, movement, let it support, let it support. I'll leave you here in silence with the pulse of life in the rewiring for a few moments in silence. Now asking, does the pulse of life want to fill me in some way? Does it want to, maybe it's already been filling you. Does it want to fill an aspect of your being? Does it want to fill an area of the body? Does it want to fill you in some way? Maybe we've been so depleted. Maybe it's, oh my gosh, it really wants to fill me. I felt so empty. And it just wants to fill me and fill me and fill me and fill me. Seeing where it wants to fill you, seeing where it wants to fill you. Does it want to fill your belly? Does it want to fill your pelvic region? Does it want to fill your chest? Does it want to fill your throat? Does it want to fill your mind? Does it want to fill? Where does it want to fill? Just inviting the pulse of life to fill you, to fill you, to fill. The pulse of life brings nurturing that nothing else can bring. Just seeing the nurturing or the sustenance, like letting it fill you with life-giving elixir, life-giving sustenance, really letting it fill, letting yourself go for it, not letting yourself go for it, letting yourself go for it. Can you give yourself a little more freedom to go for it? A little more freedom in your movement, a little more freedom in your, it's like drinking from the elixir of life. Like how much can I allow in? Can I allow more of this elixir of life to fill me? Can it fill every cell of my body, every organ in my body, every bone? Can it be the marrow in my bones, the blood in my veins, the breath in my lungs? Letting the sustenance fill. Letting the sustenance fill you. And just, if you want to move, if you want to stand, if you want to dance, if you want to crawl on the floor, let yourself go. Let yourself go. Really giving permission. We don't get a lot of spaces or opportunities to really let go. This is one of them. How free can you be? How free can you be? Just be so free, so free, so free, and so filled with life-giving sustenance. Life-giving sustenance, life-giving elixir, just filling. Let it fill your genitals. Let it fill your sexual organs. Let it fill some of these areas of the body that often hold shame, or they hold pain, or they hold hurt. Let it fill these places that we feel maybe aren't sacred. It's all deserving of life-giving elixir. So feel into yourself, like, where do I maybe feel doesn't deserve life-giving elixir? And then see if you can move or breathe or sound or visualize or energetically intend in a way that allows this life-giving elixir to go right into these places, right wherever they're showing up in the body. Wherever they're showing up in the body, it doesn't have to be the sexual organs. Maybe it's the heart. Maybe it's your heart. Maybe it's your heart. Maybe it's your throat. Maybe it's your throat. You feeling for you. You feeling for you. What area most needs life-giving elixir? Most needs sustenance. Most needs this unconditional, non-judgmental love. This is life-giving love freely, without judgment, without guilt, without shame. It goes everywhere. Everywhere. The whole of your being. The whole of your being. The whole of your being. So inviting it in. Oftentimes it's the lower area of the body. Not always. It can definitely be the heart. It can definitely be the throat. It can definitely be the mind. You feel for you. Where's the hardest place for me to invite this life-giving sustenance, this life-giving elixir? The hardest place for me to accept this love, this gift of life-giving elixir, and let it come there. See how much you can bring there. See how much. Maybe you need to move positions. Maybe you need to shift. Maybe you need to breathe differently. Maybe you need to make another sound. Maybe something else needs to happen. And just trusting. Whew. Again, you can always pause and continue with this practice if you feel to. Now I'm going to just invite you to breathe, to settle for a moment, and to feel into the breath and your movement being integrative, being what brings integration to this. Now it's just holding this intention from deep within, accessing wise self, right? Wisdom self. So going back to that wisdom self, I'm coming home to wisdom self. I'm coming home to wisdom self. I'm coming home to wisdom self. I'm plugged in to the pulse of life, and I'm going to let wisdom self guide the integration. Let there be an integration. It's like the mixing now happens. There's like an alchemical reaction that wants to happen in the body. There's an integration that wants to happen in the body to help to move us into the new wiring, the new aliveness, the new fullness. Let the integration happen, 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 let the integration happen. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. And just trusting the breath, trusting the movement, trusting the sound. Holding on to that integration. I'm going to leave you here for a few moments on your own. You can visualize an integration happening, maybe like a weaving of the threads. Maybe a mixing, like a mixing can happen. The integration of the new wiring, integrating with the rest of the body. Maybe it's a breath that helps you integrate. Maybe it's a form of movement. Maybe it's just lying on the ground, grounding to integrate, grounding to integrate. Just really, maybe it's, you're just imagining deep, 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 deep roots coming out of your base, coming out of the bottom of your being. Deep, 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 deep roots into the earth. And maybe that's part of your integration. And then you just imagine this life force energy moving up and down your body, integrating deep, deep, all the way to the depths of your being, deep into your roots, and then through all of your branches. If your body becomes a tree, your body becomes the tree of life, the wisdom tree. And you're just letting this integration happen, this flow of life happen through your deepest, deepest roots, all the way to your highest, highest branches, deepest, deepest roots, highest, highest branches, deepest, deepest roots, highest, highest branches. And just letting that energy flow, letting that energy flow, letting that energy flow. Just a few moments here on your own, letting that energy flow, letting the integration happen, trusting, letting wisdom self guide the way. I'm going to end our practice here and create a lecture for us to talk about and bring words to this practice. So what words can I bring to this practice? What mind food and what other doorways can we open via conversation? And we'll do that in a second video. So I'll do that. We'll hold the workshop experiential portion here. And then I invite you to go right from here. If you feel to pause or reflect or journal or roll around or integrate more, please do. Please do. And then I'll see you for the conversation, and know that the conversation can open up more. And you may be called to go directly to that conversation now. The choice is yours. Trust that wisdom self and how you're being guided to move through this. But I'll see you there when you're ready.